Welcome back. We have another episode of the Somers Sports Broadcast. Today we have Season 4, Episode 4, and we'll get started off with our Somers Sports recap from the past week. So to kick us off, October 10th, varsity football won versus Carmel 35-0.
October 8th, boys soccer tied with Greeley 1-1.
On October 14th, the boys soccer team won versus John Jay 2-1.
On October 9th, girls soccer lost at John Jay Cross River 2-0.
On October 14th, girls soccer beat Scarsdale 3-2.
On October 9th, field hockey lost at Arlington 1-0.
On October 14th, field hockey lost to Lakeland 9-1.
On October 9th, girls volleyball beat Eastchester 3-2.
October 14th, girls volleyball team beat Brewster 3-1.
And then October 9th, boys volleyball lost to Scarsdale 3-0. And now on to the Somers varsity football versus Brewster predictions. Cooper, do you want to get us started?
Of course. So, Brewster lost to Carmel with a game-winning field goal, and we destroyed Carmel, I think, 42-0. So I'm going to go with a 35-0 win for Somers.
I believe the Carmel game was actually 35-0.
Probably.
Yes, I believe so. So you have the same score as last week's game, 35-0 being this week's game. And Gavin, what do you have?
I also saw that Somers has beaten Brewster in the past many times, and same thing with them about the Carmel games. So I'm going to have to go with Somers W 40-7.
I'm also going to go with Somers winning. I have it being, I have Brewster scoring a little more than these guys do. I have Somers winning 35-12.
And now we have Unusual Sports, which is Soapbox Racing, brought to you by Jayden.
Welcome to Unusual Sports, where we feature sports that aren't what you'd expect. Today we're talking about Soapbox Racing. So Soapbox Racing is a race of many different hand-built cars, are completely unpowered, no engine or anything. It involves creativity with design and requires actual driving skill. It's like those Pinewood Derby cars that kids would make, but life-size. The most popular host of Soapbox events is Red Bull, as they host races internationally, especially in London. However, Red Bull makes Soapbox Racing unique, making the design a large part of the judging criteria. As 2019 winner Nick Hunter said, the competition is as much about flair and creativity as it is speed. This is why you'll see a lot of crazy cars riding down the tracks. And to make such unique cars, the team consists of 4 to 5 members who all contribute to building a car before the race. Enough yapping, let's see some of the best ones.
Now we have Mineros Locos. The first thing that strikes me about this is it's quite big and the course is quite narrow, and that to me isn't the best of recipes, but hey-ho, let's see how they go. Down we are through the first turn. They're okay through there, but look at those wheels at the front shivering all over the place. They've got those big pram wheels. You know I don't like those. Here we go then. Around the corners, okay so far, but the entrance to the carpool could pose a problem. It's really narrow there. Here is the carpool. They're over that, no problem at all. The big wheels, really impressive through there. And they're still going. They've still got the bone shaker and some more of these turns, so it's far too early to be overconfident at this stage. Mineros Locos on the way down towards the finish line. Here we've got the bone shaker coming up, over the 1, over the 2, down the 3, still we go. It's just about hanging together. They can see the finish line now, and they're picking up plenty of speed with the crowd looking on through the final turn. Here we come towards the finish line. The driver punches the air. Down they go. Can they stop it? Not yet. Can they stop? Oh, there it goes. Team Fantasy Varders. 9 for creativity. Roy the pilot, Bart the co-pilot. And it's quite a big and bulky soapbox. What's in store next? Such a dramatic event so far. 41 for the performers. Off we go. Around the berm. My fingers tightly crossed. Not as tightly crossed as theirs. Through the car wash. Here's the tunnel. What's the speed? 36. Here's the water. Oh, he's gone through there really fast. Can he keep it going through here? Stair set next. Down the stair set, nose first, but still going. It's the straw. He's backwards now. They're backwards. They're reversing towards the finish. He can't see. Down we go. Hang on. Here's the finish. Here's the finish.
Now, both of these runs were hilarious and actually made it to the end, which is not that common for soapbox racing. Yeah, soapbox racing is definitely a fun sport to follow and participate in. There's a lot of creativity on display, a lot of craftsmanship and skills involved, all while having a lot of fun. Now, thank you for tuning in to Unusual Sports. Back over to the guys to recap NFL.
Alright, now we're going to do the NFL Week 6 recap.
Alright, I'll go first. So I have the Buccaneers and the 49ers, my first game. So the Bucs pulled away late. They beat the San Francisco 49ers 30-19. It's Baker Mayfield. He threw for 256 yards with 2 touchdowns, while Tampa Bay's defense sacked Mac Jones 6 times and picked him off twice. And then we had Atlanta's defense overwhelms Buffalo in a 24-14 win. Hold the Bills to just 2 of 9 on third downs, and they intercepted Josh Allen's passes twice. Bijan Robinson exploded in that game for 170 rushing yards and an 81-yard touchdown.
I'll go ahead and go next, and right now I have the Dolphins versus the Chargers. The Chargers, for me, unfortunately beat Miami 29-27. It started off very well for the Dolphins, taking a solid 13-9 lead at half, but because they're the Dolphins, in the last 2 minutes of the game, the Dolphins score a touchdown to go up by 1, and they give the ball back to the Chargers with only 50 seconds left. Miami then gives up a 45-yard run to the Chargers, who then later kick a 39-yard field goal, winning them the game. Up next, I got the Chiefs and the Lions. Patrick Mahomes passed for 257 yards and 3 touchdowns, plus a running score, leading the Chiefs to a 30-17 win over the Lions. The Chiefs ended up getting a quick lead at half, 13-10, but then Detroit's offense flopped in the second half, only scoring 7.
And now to predict 2 games each from Week 7, Cooper, start us off.
So I got the Jets and the Panthers. I have the Panthers beating the Jets 27-10. Both not the best teams, but it seems that the Jets are not having a good season this year. I'm going to go for a quick win for the Panthers. And then I got a pretty close game this next one. The Cowboys and the Commanders. I've seen other people predict a pretty close game. I got the Commanders 27-26 with a game-winning field goal.
So my predictions, I have the Steelers and the Bengals. I have the Steelers winning the game 23-17. And then we have Broncos-Giants, and the Broncos beating the Giants 27-13. To one kind of close games, but not super close.
Now, for the MLB postseason, in the AL, the Seattle Mariners lead the series against the Blue Jays 2-0, and in the NL, the Dodgers lead the series against Milwaukee Brewers 2-0.
And just as a note, we are recording this October 15th as of 11 o'clock. So there may be a different result by the time this episode is posted. Different record by the time we post this. Just keep note of that.
All right, now we got the beginning of NHL. The NHL season has kicked off with plenty of early excitement and surprises. Top teams like the Rangers and the Stars are already showing strong form, while young stars such as Connor Bedard and Logan Cooley are drawing major attention. Goaltending has been a huge storyline too, with several shutouts and breakout performances. It's still early, but the energy and the pace hint at a wild competitive season ahead. So, Good luck to NHL.
Yeah, we'll see where that goes. We'll have some more of that coming in future episodes, and we'll definitely pick up on that when the playoffs begin to approach. Now, just to end off our episode for today, we'll do something we talked about a lot last year, NASCAR. We have the South Point 400 at Las Vegas. Hamlin scored the win in a tight race, taking the checkered flag in over 200 laps. And next, the Hollywood Casino 400 at Kansas. Chase Elliott came out on top in an overtime finish, while Hamlin and Bell finished in second and third. that's going to wrap up Season 4, Episode 4 of the Somer Sports broadcast. Make sure to come back next week. We'll have another episode up. And also make sure to watch tomorrow. We have the Somers versus Brewster varsity football game. That will be live on our YouTube channel, same channel you're seeing this episode on. We are the Somer Sports Broadcasting Club.
See you next week.